Hello everybody, Mobius1 bringing you another Star Wars Galaxies emulator video. This one is my official guide to the Warren. So, what is the Warren? The Warren is a dungeon, I guess you would call it a dungeon, on the planet Dantooine in Star Wars Galaxies. It's actually a point of interest, so if you open your datapad and click POI, you can actually activate a waypoint to the Warren, or if you look on your planetary map and click Points of Interest, you can see it's located right about here. The closest starport to the Warren is the aggro outpost, or a pirate outpost, in the south. I am playing on the Nova test server right now instead of Basilisk, only because I didn't want anybody accidentally messing with the procedure that I'm going to be showing you guys, because since this dungeon isn't actually instanced, if there are multiple groups of players here doing the dungeon at the same time, they can actually cause certain items that you need to collect not to be there when you get there. You'll have to wait for them to respawn, and I'll point those out when we get to them. Alright, so this is where you need to go first. Now, the point of doing the Warren, before I get started, you actually get two badges from doing the Warren. You get the Compassion Badge, they're called the Compassion Badge, and the Imperial Hero Badge. Now, even Rebel players can get the Imperial Hero Badge. Your actual faction doesn't have anything to do with the badge, and Rebel players that plan on becoming Jedi may want to do this anyway, because both of these badges are considered content badges, which are required for unlocking the glowy status under the Force Village, the Force-sensitive village system that Basilisk is going to be using to unlock Jedi. So this is a requirement for unlocking Jedi, at least until they add the Corellian Corvette instance, and then you'll be able to get around it. But for now, it's pretty easy. It's something you want to do. It's something that you can do solo. So even though this is a dungeon, the difficulty in terms of combat is actually not that hard. This character is a Teräs Käsi Master and Master Doctor, just like it is on Basilisk, and I'm not going to have any trouble getting through this at all by myself. I'm not even going to need to heal myself. I do have minor buffs. I think they're for 1,500? No, 1,900 and 1,000 to the mines. So the buffs that I have aren't even as powerful as buffs that you'd be able to get on an actual server. The armor I have is about on par with the typical composite armor that you'd be able to get on Basilisk. So, and the weapon is actually subpar. I believe my weapon is, 20 to 120 on a Vibro-Knuckler. It's not very good. So, but you'll notice that I'm not going to have any trouble with this dungeon. It's not the combat that's the challenge, it's navigation. So the point of this video is to help you navigate the Warren, get your two badges, and be done with it. So, once you get here, the very first thing you're going to want to do is find this escapee. Now this NPC can wander around out here. I think he has like a 300 meter radius of where he can wander, but if you open your overhead map, just look for the white triangle that represents his NPC. You should be able to spot him even if you zoom all the way out. He'll be somewhere in front of the Warren, so he could be like anywhere in this area. He might even be able to get a little bit behind it, but you would definitely be able to see him on your overhead map or even on your radar. So you're going to talk to him. He's going to say, "I can't believe I escaped that terrible place." "What place?" "The Warren. It's a terrible place. The horrors." "Where is it?" Here's a waypoint that leads you to the dreadful place. "What's so bad about it?" "Oh, the horrors." And he actually gives you a key to get in. Now, without talking to him, you actually won't be able to enter the Warren. Even if other people in your group already have the key, every person needs to talk to him. We ran this in a guild event last week. You guys might have watched my unedited video that was initially supposed to be a guide to the Warren, and there are a few things that happened during that video that I wasn't sure how they were happening, and I'll point those out as well. It has to do with only one person in the group having certain items, and it working for the entire group. So I don't know if they were bugs or not, but like I said, I will mention them when we get there. Now the AI on Nova is actually working a little bit better than it is on Basilisk. So these guys are actually going to aggro on me from quite a range. If you do this video before Publish 7 if you do the Warren before Publish 7 comes out, these guys may not aggro on you quite as easily as they are on me right now. But I'm just going to gather the whole room, and as a TKM, I can just spin these guys down as if I was doing a typical mission layer. Not a threat at all. Okay, so why is navigating the Warren such a challenge? If we look at our overhead map now that we're inside, bam. The problem with the Warren is there are 3 or 4 different sub-levels that are all stacked on top of one another. And because of that, it makes following the overhead map very, very difficult, especially because there are elevators that you can't necessarily tell what floor is connected to what. So we're not even going to be using the overhead map. I have a map on my second monitor that's an isometric map that I'm going to link in the video description for you guys to check out if you want. But all you really need is to follow along with me in this video, and I'll show you the way to go. So we're going to come through the first main room into this room where all of these computer consoles are on fire. From here, we're going to turn right, and we're going to go through the door on the far right. You're going to follow this hall through this room, and you're going to note this broken droideka. This broken droideka is a good indication to let you know where you are if you ever get lost on the first floor. Because if you make a right at the broken droideka and go up this ramp, this brings you into the barracks. This barracks is your first objective room. You want to come in here, and this is actually the room where if there are multiple groups of players playing at the same time, this room is going to give you a little bit of a headache. Because there are actually 5 items that you need to loot in this room. The first one is on this corpse right here. And I believe this is a letter. Yes, okay. So all the items in this room, as far as I know, have a 30-minute respawn timer. Which means if somebody else picks up this letter off this corpse and they're not in your group, you're going to be stuck waiting in this room for 30 minutes for that letter to respawn. And that is just, it's really unfortunate. Oh, by the way, there are Imperial workers in here that don't aggro you. You can kill them if you want. They're really weak and they loot, you know, credits and stuff. But you don't have to. Okay, after you get the letter, next you're going to go over to this corpse and loot Master Control Room Elevator Control Passkey 1. Then you're going to turn around, you're going to open this locker, and loot Passkey 3. Then you're going to head over this way, you're going to open this mag seal container, and loot Passkey 4. And then you're going to go all the way over to the side of the room that you came in on, where is it? Here. And loot this metal chest for Control Room Passkey 2. Of course, things are lagging. Okay, so all of these are going to go into your inventory. You have the main entry passkey, which we used to get in, a letter, and then 4 elevator control passkeys. Now, the elevator control passkeys are going to be used, obviously, to activate an elevator. So as we exit the barracks through the door that we came through, we're going to go straight past the droideka. You're going to follow this hallway into this room, and you'll find an elevator and a corpse. We're going to loot the corpse for a turret sequence item. Now watch what happens when we pick this up. We get a pop-up window with a 4-character passcode. Now this passcode is randomly generated, so it may or may not, probably won't, be, or probably will be different for you than it is for me right now. But you want to remember this. You want to either say it into spatial or like send yourself a tell of what the code is, just so you have it on in your memory. However, even if you don't, you can always open your inventory, and by double clicking or examining the disk, it pops back up. Alright, but you need to know that code. Now, this elevator here is actually not functioning. If you try to take it down, it tells you Master Control Security Lock Engaged, access denied. This elevator is where we need to go. Unfortunately, it's locked. That's what these 4 elevator control passkeys are for, but we can't activate it from in here. We have to go back. So we're going to backtrack back to the down droideka, make a right, back into the room that we initially entered when we came in. Alright, now that we're back in fire control computer room, we're going to make a right and go through the door on the south side of the room. If you guys aren't already familiar with the cardinal directions of the compass, the big arrow is north and the circle is south. So I may be referring to those directions again in the future. Alright, when you come down that way, you enter a room with a bunch of droids, rogue droids. These guys will shoot at you from quite a distance, and they're a little bit harder to kill than the Hurtons. I'm just going to clear the room. Oh wow, they are actually doing some pretty good damage to me. Oh, that's the enhanced droid. Okay, so this guy is like a mini-boss in here. I don't actually want to go this way yet, though. I just want to take him out. Okay. So, this is the door that we came through right here. Alright, oh my goodness. Rogue droids, please. These guys actually respawn relatively quickly, so I'm going to get this done as quickly as possible. Okay, so this is the door that we come through. If we go right, you're going to have to fight that enhanced probe droid, which is difficult, but he's not impossible. If we go up this elevator, there is a huge defense turret in this room that does really pretty serious damage. So we don't want to go that way yet. I'm going to go back down the elevator. Instead, once again, this is the door that we entered this room through. Instead of going right, we're going to go left. Through this door into this control room. In this room, there's a data terminal that actually tells you the control room turret defense system is active. Speak the passkey to deactivate the master control room turret defense system. This is what we have this for. So again, the code that I have is EKRD. I'm actually going to say into spatial EKRD, and it'll tell you turret defense system has been deactivated. So now we have about 20 minutes, I think, before the turret comes back. And the good thing is, actually, if there is another group of players running this at the same time as you, and their group deactivates the turret, you don't have to worry about it either. This is, since the dungeon is not instanced, this turret is global, so even if another group deactivates it, it'll disappear. Alright, so now that we're in the room where the turret was, we're going to go through this door on the right, and you enter another room with rogue droids. I'm going to clear these droids out. Oh, come on. Don't be lagging on me now. Okay. Alright, good. I did bring more stim packs. Alright, in this room, there are 4 of these data terminals. Oh look, I can actually access them from here. The person in your group with the turret, with the elevator pass keys, has to click on each of these terminals to reactivate the deactivate the security lock, which activates the elevator. And that, oh actually, it doesn't even remove the pass keys from your inventory. So I still technically have the pass keys on me. But we don't need them anymore after this. Alright, so we take this elevator back down. The elevators, by the way, if you try to take them in the wrong direction, you'll just get a system message telling you that you're already on the highest or lowest floor. So if I go too fast and you don't see which way I took an elevator, you will not get lost by attempting to go the wrong way. Okay, so we follow this all the way back to... Oh, hello, scientist. We follow this all the way back to the flaming computer room. And we make a left. And we're going back to that broken droideka that, again, serves as a good checkpoint. We're going to make a left at the broken droideka again. And now we're back in the room with the corpse in the elevator. Now we could take this elevator down. Alright. Now you're in a weapons, or like a locker room. A lot of the lockers in this room you can interact with and open, but I don't think I've ever seen any of these actually spawn any items. So feel free to check if you want, but maybe you'll get lucky, and if you do find anything, let me know, but I've never seen anything in there. From there, we go into this room. This looks like some sort of prison or animal caging area. Once you go through this room, you do not need to come back through this room until after you have completed the rest of the dungeon. I point that out because a lot of people will get lost once you get past this part. This is where things really start to get confusing. But if you ever get lost and you're wandering around and you find yourself coming back into this room, like if you ever come through this door and you're like, oh, I remember this room, you do not need to run around these cages again until you are absolutely done. So this serves as a good boundary for letting you know, okay, this is not the way I need to go. You need to stay in this side of that room. Okay. So once you run through the cage room, you come into here. You have an elevator on your left and a door on your right. We're going to go right first. In here, you'll find Dirk Magan, a dying loyalist. You can talk to him for some lore about the Warren, but he doesn't have anything to do with the badges, so we're just going to skip him. You can go up this ramp into a room that I like to call like the Four Corners rooms. These rooms are like a cross. They have 4 sections with a big like pillar in the middle that you can't go, whatever blocks your vision. From here, you see the back of the tanks, you're going to go left. And right on this wall is a data terminal. You're going to click and hold on this data terminal and click Download Evidence. Download complete. If we check our data pad under Data, we now have an evidence disk with experiment number 1046. This is our first evidence disk for the Imperial Hero Badge. In order to get the Imperial Hero Badge, we're going to need a total of 4 evidence disks and an encryption key. So this is our first out of 5 total items. Now the tricky thing is that those items will appear in your data pad, not in your inventory. So it's really important that you remember, if you're not following this video, to the letter, that you check your data pad for those, not your inventory. We're going to go continue through this room and exit out the north end. We're going to go through this room, down a ramp, and I think this is going to U-turn to the right. Yep. This should bring us into a dead-end room with an elevator. Yep. And this elevator takes us down. Now, that elevator that we saw on the other end... Whoop, this room's got curtains in them. Curtains in it. The elevator that we saw in the room after the animal pens actually brings us down to this same floor. So let me see if I can point it out. Okay, so this large room right here, this is the room with the animal pens. We entered here, ran around, had to come all the way around, then we came in here. And if you remember, there was an elevator on our left and a door on our right, and we went through the door on our right. If we had gone through the down the elevator on our left, that would take us to this same level, but we would be over here instead of over here. It's important to know that because most people don't know right away that the levels are connected. So when we run into that elevator over there, most people will think that elevator takes them to a new zone, but really it doesn't. It loops you back around to the start. That's why, or that's part of the reason why things get so confusing. Okay, but once we come down this elevator, we're going to hug the left wall. We're going to turn left here, follow this hallway, and then we're going to make the first right. This is going to take us down a ramp into a droid storage room. You'll see a binary load lifter, a couple binary load lifters, some tables, some cargo crates. This room only has one other door, so we come in this door, go around the droid, through this door and down this ramp. And in this room down here will be one other door with debris blocking it. All you have to do is attack the debris. It's not very strong. It'll disappear. Then you can come through the door. Down this room past the extra debris, spare parts. And in here you will find Merla, a worker. As long as you, or as we found out in our guild run last week, as long as somebody in your group has a letter on them, by conversing with Merla, you say, "What's wrong? I have some bad news." Right there, as soon as you say, "I have some bad news," you get a badge for the Warren Compassion. That's it. Doesn't matter what you say. After that, you got the first badge, and you're done. Now, if for some reason it did end up being a bug that everyone in our group was able to converse with her simply when one of us had the letter, it is very important to note that the letter remains in your inventory after you converse with her. So if the other people in your group are not receiving the badge, you can trade the letter between each person in your group and have each person talk to Merla one at a time. That way everyone can get the badge. But like I said, as far as we were concerned with our run last week, apparently everyone can get the badge as long as one person has the letter. Alright, so we're going to go back up now. We go back out the same way that we came in. Go around the droid. And when we get to the top of this hall, we're going to turn right. We're going to enter a room with another scientist and some Bacta tanks. Kill him. Now this room actually has 2 exits. Well, 3. Not counting the one we came in. So from here, let me just make sure I'm going the right way on my map. Let's see. Okay, yes, we came up here. Yes, okay. From here, we're going to go left first. This is going to take us into another 4 corners room. In this 4 corners room, we have a couple scientists are going to aggro on us from the left, but we actually want to go to the right. Oh wow, we got scientists from both sides. Oh god! Cyborg Bull! Out of nowhere! Hey, I got a clothing attachment. Structure Assembly 6. I'm going to try and orient myself. So this is the direction that we entered the room. We're going to go to the right, and on this wall right here is another data terminal where we can download a code. Now this actually gives us the encryption key. So this is the key that we use to decrypt the other 4 evidence disks. I'm going to run out of here before I aggro anyone else. Okay, so we're going to go back out, and we're going to make a left and go through the door that we haven't gone through yet from the Bacta room. From here, we're going to go straight into the room where this cyborg dune lizard just came at me from. We have more, yeah, we have more lizards. Okay. In this room, there's another data terminal right here. We're going to click and hold on that, download evidence, download complete, and we now have our second evidence disk, experiment number 1173. There is another door in this room. Don't even pay any attention to it, just turn around and leave. We're going to go left down this hall that we haven't been down yet. This is going to put us into a room with a couple other creatures. We've got a cyborg slice hound and some Imperial officers. I'm just going to kill them real quick. Oh, that slice hound likes to knock me over, apparently. Okay, in this room, there's actually another elevator. Let's take this elevator down. I don't know actually if we can access this part of the warn yet, but we're going to try. So once you take this elevator down, you have 2 doors, one on the right, one on the left. We're going to go left. And then you're going to have a door straight and a hallway to the right. We're going to go through the hallway to the right. Now this puts you into a giant room with an alerted ATST. Now if this ATST aggroes on me like I'm afraid it will, we might be in a little bit of trouble. But as far as Basilisk is concerned, as long as you run along this left wall, the ATST doesn't aggro. Oh, lovely, it aggroed. Okay. I'm going to try and take this thing down. Oh, yeah, okay, it's not that difficult. Good, it only has a 30% resistance to kinetic, so I'm okay. Phew! I don't know why, I thought this thing was a lot more difficult. Done. Easy enough. Don't ask me how they got that thing down here in the first place. But, alright, so along the back wall of this room are 2 doors. You go through either door first, doesn't matter. And in each room is a drum with a core control rod. You want to take that from each room. So that's 1. We go down to the other room. And here, there's another drum. Open it up, core control rod, 2. So now we have 2 core control rods in our inventory. We're going to leave. Back out the same way we came in. Seriously though, how did that ATST get in here? I mean, the only way it would have gotten in here is they would have had to have assembled it in here. I guess in that factory. They built it in that factory. But why would they build it? Like, it's not like, were they expecting somebody to come down here? Okay, so yeah, so we're going we exit the room, we turn left, and we're going to go right back up the elevator that we came down to this floor from. Hopefully that slice sound's still dead. Okay, it is. So, once you come up this elevator, we're going to go left, and we're continuing around this floor in a giant circle. Alright, once we get here, we're going to go left. Wait, what is... Oh no, the slice sound is back! Okay, so we're going to go left, and you're going to go straight down this ramp. Oh man, they're already shooting at me. You going to fight these shirtless, loyalist cyborgs? Go straight, make a left. You have a researcher, Dr. Kang. No, it's not Dr. Kang. Dr. Nag. Should be Dr. Kang. Make a left. Go through the only door that's still our only other door in the room. And in here, on the right wall, is another data terminal. Download evidence. Download complete, check your data pad. We now have 3 evidence disks. The newest one, experiment number 1230. We're only missing 1 more disk. Once we get this last disk, we're done. Alright, so you're gonna... Whoa, rubber band. Leave the room. Head back the way we came. Go up the ramp. This will lead us back into the main hall. Oh my goodness, the rubber band is real. We're going to make a left now and go up another ramp, which is going to put us out into the large center room that most people use to navigate. This room only has 3 doors. The door that we just came through, there's a door on the left, and a door across the room to the right. We're going to go through the door across the room to the right. I'm just hoping those Imperials don't aggro on me. I'm not even going to risk looting that guy. Oh, the rubber band. Okay. Through this door, we're going to go straight, and we're going to make a left. This is the reactor room. You'll know that because there's a guy in here, Manix Try. When you talk to him, it tells you that the reactor core rods need to put in, but the door is locked. So we actually need to unlock the reactor room. I forgot about that part. Sorry. So before coming in here, instead of making this left, we're going to go straight. This room should have a bunch of Imperials in it. But I guess they're Tarad Loyalists now. Come on, stand up. Okay. Once you clear the room, there's a data terminal on the wall. When you click on it, reactor core lockdown override number 2 activated. Imperial officer spawned. He's not very strong. Oh, here come the Imperials. Okay. Time to go. This guy can chase me if he wants. So we're going out the same door that we came through. We're going to make a left. Through the cafeteria. Straight through. And then we're going to make a right. This brings you into a room that has like 2 rooms that are kind of connected. You're going to shimmy over into the other room and go straight out the door of that room. And then make a left. This will bring you into a little empty room with 1 more data terminal. Left click on it and reactor core override number 1 is activated. So now we have to go back to the reactor room. Make a right. We're going to go back through the 2 rooms. Make a left, back through the cafeteria, make a right, followed by a quick left, and we're in the reactor room. So now that the reactor room is overridden, or the reactor override has been activated, that unlocks this door. Now, since this door is unlocked, and we already have the core control rods, when we enter this room, the reactor core automatically gets deactivated and the reactor rods are automatically taken from our inventory. You can't actually enter this room. You keep getting ejected every time you enter, but as long as you have the reactor rods in your inventory and as long as you activate the 2 override terminals, that reactivates the reactor and we're good. So now that we leave this room, we're almost done, believe it or not. We make a right back into that large room with the globe in the middle. And we're going to hug the right wall. Hopefully we don't get aggroed. Oh wow, we got aggroed from way over there. You're going to hug the right wall and go through this right door that we did not go through yet. You're going to go down this ramp and you're going to make a left. We're going to go up this ramp. And this door would be locked if we didn't didn't reset the reactor. But since we reset the reactor, we can step through this door and go to the right. We're going to go through this door, make another right, and in this room on the left is our last data terminal. Download evidence, download complete, check our data pad. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 evidence disks, the newest being entry 1784, and an encryption key. That is all we need. We are done. Time to leave. If you want, you can head straight across from that room and fight Boris Tarad, who's like the main bad guy here. He's really not anything special, and he doesn't even drop anything special. He's just basically your typical NPC. Why can't I attack? I've been knocked down, but I didn't see myself get knocked down. Let's see, what's he give? Oh, clothing attachment. Two-handed melee damage 9. Not bad. Alright, so maybe you do want to kill him. Alright, so we're going to go back out, make a right, make a left. Oh, the rubber band. Now again, there are a couple different ways to leave this floor, because you remember there are two elevators that take us back up to the next floor. The quickest way out is to hug the left wall of this large room again and go back out through the cafeteria. So go through here. Do we make this right? Hold on, wait. Yes. Go through here, make the right. Here's the cafeteria. We go straight through the cafeteria. And once you're through, you make a left. And this is the elevator that puts us right up next to the holding pens. Go up that elevator, make a right, and here we are. Back to the holding pens that I told you we would not have to go through until after we were done. So we're going to run around. I'm actually going to burst run. Because why not? Go all the way around these holding pens. Back into the locker room. Elevator on the right. We take the elevator up. Go through the only door. Make a right at the down droideka. Straight through. Follow the hall. Make a left in the flaming computer room. Straight across. We're being chased by Hurtons. They're everywhere. Run. And that's it. We escaped. Leave me alone! Peace! Peace be with you, crazy Hurtons! Peace be with you! Wow, how far are you gonna chase me? Seriously. You're the ones coming up after me? Alright, fine. You're not worth the effort. Alright. So, unfortunately, we only got one badge from that so far, so we have to do something with these evidence discs. Where we turn those in is actually in Theed on Naboo. So, I'm going to cut this video here, but I'll meet you guys in Theed. Okay, so now that we're in Theed, we're heading west, south, or northwest from the starport, past the cantina. We're going to head over this bridge over towards the Theed Palace. Whoops. If the rubber band lets us. We head up the palace stairs. Head inside. As soon as you come up these first set of interior stairs up this ramp, you're going to make a U-turn to the left, and right here is Captain Hef. You're going to talk to him. I have evidence. Boom. Badge, Imperial Hero. That is it. That is the Warren. That does leave... Oh no, it actually took all the evidence and stuff out of my datapad. That's cool. On Basilisk, it left them there. But even though it leaves them in your datapad on Bassi right now, you cannot trade them to another player like you can with the letter. So, yeah. And then from here, you can just go ahead and destroy... Oh look, the turret sequence actually changed. It started with an O. You can destroy all these passkeys and stuff unless you plan on going back. I don't even know if they would work. Like, again, you might have to loot them again a second time. But that's it. Those are the 2 badges for the Warren, start to finish. So you guys can see exactly how long it took. I didn't fast forward at all during this video. I just cut out the travel time between Dantooine and Naboo. But that's all that it takes. I hope this video has helped you guys out. Let me know in the comments down below if any part of it is giving you trouble, or if any part of the video was unclear, or if it helped you out. So, again, thank you guys for watching. Mobius1 here, and I'll see you next time.